Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Daniel Butterworth. I'm the Assistant Director for Graduate Admissions at the Lally School here at Rensselaer. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're especially excited about this presentation, given your academic interest, and we hope that it'll be informative. With me today are Lally faculty member Pindaro, I'm sorry, I don't know.
The last one. Don't worry about the last one. Just say Pindaro.
All right. And we also have one of our Lally ambassadors, Claire Liu. And they're going to be sharing about what makes the business analytics program here at Lally unique and what you can expect from the academic program and some of the career possibilities after you graduate. Just a quick note, we are recording, so this session will be online and available after, once we get everything edited. And if you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to post them in the chat box, and myself or Claire will raise them, and we'll try to get everything answered that you're curious about. So on that note, I will turn it over to you two, and yeah, thanks so much for joining us today.
Okay. Would you like to talk, or shall I go ahead myself?
I just want to say a couple things. So first off, I'm in the business analytics program, and actually right now I'm taking Pindaro's class right now, and he's fantastic. He's great. So if you would just want to start off, that would be great.
Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the info session that we have about the BSAN program, the program in business analytics. It might be a good idea if you show your faces on the camera. You don't have to, but if you would like to, it's going to be more a more cozy meeting, but you do not have to. So I'm working with the university for the last quarter of a century. And let me say right away that when people think about business analytics, they think about numbers. So some of you might think that you will become number crunchers, and that's not the case. Above all, you're going to become business people. So if some of you think that you're going to get to know some statistical programming, some machine learning programming, some Python, R, Tableau, etc. Yes, we're going to do all that. But above all and beyond, you're going to end up with high positions in organizations around the globe. So business analytics is not a discipline that functions by itself. It needs business. We need to understand business. And if you know how to discern, that is, how to realize, how to understand what's happening in your company or in your client company, if you work with, if you become a consultant working, for example, with Ernst & Young, you're going to have to understand how a business needs information. So the business analytics program at RPI is not like a program in computer science or in an information technology school, in which all day long you are in front of a computer and you are doing something with a statistical package or a database or a lab cube or whatever the case is. Ours, yes, we have a heavy technical side. So in the program, you're going to get to know how to propose an analytics infrastructure to the company. That is, okay, what do they need? Do they need a database? Do they need a consolidation of databases for information? Do they need a data warehouse? Do they need a series of ETL packages? Do they need OLAP cubes? Do they need a reporting layer? Do they need a visualization tool? Do they need a reporting tool? What kind of a reporting tool? A cross-tabbing reporting tool? Is it going to be a page reporting tool? You need to be able to understand what the business needs before you go on to the technology. And this is what we do heavily in the program. So that's one item that you need to understand if you would like to follow this program. I think it's a lot more exciting than just sitting in front of a computer learning how to write code. The second item about the program, and I'm going to be very quick. I'm not going to take up your time because I know you have a lot of questions. The second item that you need to know about the program is this program is heavy. I mean, we really employ technology. We use our own servers on premise. We have a tremendous technological infrastructure at the university. We have our VM machines, virtual machines that we use as servers, and Claire can verify that for our homework, for our laboratories. We do use the cloud, so you're going to be working with data on the cloud. So from a technical perspective, yes, we have a lot to offer, and those items, you cannot find them easily in other universities. That is why the program is rated so high around the globe and in the United States, of course. Now, let's go to the next item, which is the program itself. The program itself is only, in quotes, 10 courses. So we have 10 courses that you need to complete. I do have the link in the PPT that I have ready for, and let me please share that with you so that you can see it. Although I know the content and I'm touching, you know, by heart what's happening over here. So we have, you should be able to PPT right now. Do you see it? Perfect.
Yeah, I see it.
Yes, in the PPT, I have the program curriculum. I don't want to spend a lot of time with the classes. It's not going to be, a learning experience for you. Let me just say we have classes in multiple directions, that is management, statistical, technical, visualization, and it's a mix of classes, even in professional development workshops, in which you learn how to navigate a business as a manager, how to conduct yourselves, how to communicate, what you need to communicate. So we have a holistic program. We do not focus only on technology. We also have management classes, how to manage people. We have classes which contain a lot of cases, classes that contain plenty of laboratories, classes that contain plenty of principles, theoretical frameworks, etc. So, but the problem is the following. The problem that you might end up with is it's a very demanding program. It is not like any other school where you go, okay, you're going to do some work, you're going to pass the class, and this is it. You're going to devote your time to the program, all your time to the program. If you want to take it a bit easier, you can do it in 3 semesters. It's possible. So you can do, for example, 4, 3, and 3. But I would suggest not to, you must have 4 classes anyways in the first semester so that you can maintain status. Now, we have a range of technologies, and you see over here, this is just a sample of R, Python, SQL, Excel, Tableau, SPSS, SAS, OLAP, data mining, SSRS, data warehousing, machine learning. So we have some concrete technologies we're working with. Perfect. So those of you who are international students, you need to pay attention to the ISSS office, the Office for International Scholars and Students. They're very capable people. They have access to lawyers. They have access to legal advice, and they can really help you with any kind of paperwork that you might need for your international status and how you can keep your status in place. Okay. And the second office which you need to relate to is the Career Development Office. Very capable people. It's a holistic resource supplied by the university, so that, and they're going to help you. They're not going to help you only with the job search. They will help you with your resume, with your interviews, with advice, with the market. They are a whole department available to you to help you for your career preparation. Let me say this, please. Your career preparation does not start in the last semester of the program. You're going to start getting into the market right away in semester one, after the middle of the semester. That is, let us suppose you come in fall, in the fall semester. After the middle of the semester, you're going to start thinking about jobs. You're going to start thinking about your career. You're going to start looking at your at the market around the globe, not only in the States, but around the globe. We have a tremendous increase in the market of business analytics around the globe. Oh, by the way, in the fall semester, after the middle of the semester, what we do all the time is we match each one of you with a mentor, with a professional from the market. So you're going to have a one-to-one relationship with a market professional in analytics. And those people are usually former students of the program. So they know exactly what you know, they know exactly what you need, and they can help you with very specific advice. And we do that every year. Okay, the program is not static. We get feedback from our alumni, from students, advisory board, the professors. So the program is evolving on a continuous basis. This is not a mathematics program in which we have a set of classes the same for the last 10, 15 years. The program changes year in, year out, because the technology changes, the market changes. So the program adapts to the market and the technology on a continuous basis. Next item, yes. I need another 3-4 minutes and I'm done. Here we have a couple of points, a couple of insights from the market. And you see that we're going to have a 15% increase in the market of business analytics from 2019 to 2025. This is a lot of, that's a tremendous growth that we expect for the market of business analytics. Right now, the market of business analytics, we have so many positions that they cannot be covered by the supply of real professionals in the market. And at the top, we have the supply chain analytics area. We have healthcare. And when it comes to geography, the Asia Pacific is projected to witness the highest growth up until 2025. So it is the Asia Pacific market that's going to need the vast majority, a big number of professionals up until 2025 at least. And finally, what I have over here is for those of you who would like to contribute to the market of business analytics, is we have a lot of corporations with offices around the globe. And in these corporations over here, in this list, I have companies which actually develop business analytics platforms, software, technologies, etc. So this is a big list, and you might want to apply and work one of those corporations, because once you know what's happening at the source, then you can easily go out to the market and become a consultant in EY, Ernst & Young, in EY, Deloitte, etc., where we have many of our students working already. Okay, so this is what I have to this point. I did not say anything about myself. I'm in the market of analytics for decades. It's still exciting for me. I have written books, I have plenty of labs, and I'm still working on it. So those of you who would like to ask any questions, by all means, we can do this. Claire, it's you.
Okay, awesome. So I just have a couple questions that I have gathered from students beforehand. So my first question is what does RPI have that other schools or programs don't have?
Perfect. That's a very good point. And what we have at RPI is we have 2-3 items that are very difficult to be matched by other universities. Number one, I'm going to repeat it one more time. We have a tremendous technological infrastructure. We really have devoted a lot of resources to develop it. That is, it is not a theoretical program with in which you're going to use a couple of tools like like SAS or SPSS or R or Tableau. We have real corporate level, enterprise level software and servers that we're going to use. Not only that, because we're not a humongous program, we're able to give you access to the market by matching you with a professional in the market. We are a very close community with our alumni and the students. And later on, you're going to become alumni of the program, and you're going to help other students who are going out. So we keep very close with each other. And one more item about the program. It is we have some excellent professors who are doing research at the theoretical level, and we also do research at the practical level. That is, we have the resources to do that. We have the resources, and that's all to the benefit of the students. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. So the second question is that, so from the course website, the program website, that there's a curriculum description that has the capstone project. So could you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, what does a capstone project entail?
You know what, Claire, thank you so much for the question, because I forgot to talk about that. Another aspect of the program is as students in my class, in other classes, you're going to work for your homework with a real corporation. That is, for my course, I have my own book, which, by the way, you do not need to buy. All my books are available to my students for absolutely free. You do not, actually we're using about, and Claire is right here to verify that. How many books and booklets are we using in class, Claire? Is it 5 or 6?
Yeah, so far, yeah, it's about that. Yeah, sounds about right.
Have you paid a penny for any of those books and booklets?
Nope, not at all.
You get them as PDF files or as Word files, and this is it. But let's go back to the, so what I said, I forgot why I said it, but anyways, so, oh yes, for the homework that I have in the book, you're not going to use my own data. You're going to connect to a company outside the university. They have developed the questions that they want themselves, and you're going to work with that corporation outside the university. So we work a lot with corporations outside the university, and the capstone class does exactly that. It contains a series of projects with corporations outside the university.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm also wondering that is there any research opportunities for students right now or in the future?
Yes, we do have some research opportunities for the students. They can work with professors. They can do a master's research. They can participate in the master's research program. Absolutely, you can do that. We have some exciting items over there. And yeah, the answer is yes. I'm trying to be a little bit hesitant over here. And the only reason is if you want to participate in an internship, in a research project, this is a serious commitment. Then you're going to have to talk to your advisor to extend the program. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant about that, to say, oh, yeah, we can do that. Yes, you can do it, but you need to adjust the program. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I know one of the concerns that many international students have is, the employment. So could you just give us an overview of, what's the employment rate was looking like in the past?
Okay.
And if you have any suggestions.
Okay, now with the COVID situation, I do not have the numbers, but in the past, if I remember correctly, a couple of years ago, for domestic students, the employment was at 100%, and for international students, it was about 80 something. But those are generic numbers. There are plenty of corporations, and we're talking about the States, correct? Are we talking about the United States?
Yeah.
We have an international student and who wants to work in the States. Okay. Do not look at the generic numbers. There is plenty of employment and we have plenty of connections in the market, but your employment path will depend on your own effort and time as well. Do not expect the university to provide you with employment when you finish the program. We do not have a case in which, okay, we have somebody from the outside who's going to come in and give you employment. That might happen because we have career fairs, etc. But it is your responsibility to put in the time, to put in the hours, to put in the effort, to go out to the market, talk to the alumni, talk to the companies that they come to the career fair. Yes, we do have career fairs, we do have a career office, but those people, they cannot take you by the hand and put you into a position. Daniel, am I correct? Do you have anything to say about that?
No, not at the moment. A lot of the connection points, you do have to build yourself. You have to create the network, and your work in the classroom and ultimately for the corporate partners will speak for, to your abilities. As you mentioned earlier, Pindaro, the CCPD office, Center for Career and Professional Development, can help you with this process, but it really is your responsibility, your hard work that will get you where you want to be.
Correct. Let me say that one more time, please, because some of you might have misunderstood. Let me say it one more time, please. The university, myself, I have a faculty member. I have close to 1,500 connections in the market. You can come to me. You're going to go to the career fair. You're going to go to CCPD. We're going to give you the connections, but you need to put in the effort to talk to the connection, to apply to the website, to put in the time. So we're going to give you the connections. We're going to give you plenty of connections, but you still need to put in time, and you need to prepare for the interviews. You need to, you need to put in the time and effort. If you do that, if you go now to Indeed and you put in, you search for any analytics positions in the country, like a data analyst, data scientist, business analyst, business information analyst, business intelligence analyst, analytics, you're going to see we have tens of thousands of positions available for you. And we do have the connections as well, but you need to put in the time to prepare for the interviews, to prepare your resume, to have your resume ready, to apply. And the application process is not easy. It's not something that it's going to last for 60 minutes, for example. Okay? Okay, let's do it, please. Next question.
Okay, yeah, I have some questions in the chat box. So the courses in marketing electives are less than others. Any specific reasons?
For that, I do not know the answer. Why the marketing classes are less with respect to other disciplines. We have plenty of electives, especially from the IT school, the finance classes, etc. Now, if the marketing classes, guys, even the electives are changing from year to year. Sometimes we might have had more finance professors that are coming in a year, or they want to offer an elective. But from what I remember, because I was the director of the program up until June 30, those of you who wanted to focus on marketing, we've had enough electives even for marketing. Okay, if we have some more in finance, then that's good. Okay, but it's not that we have very few in marketing. And let me say that, please, don't think that you're going to have the opportunity to take 5 electives. How many electives do we have, Claire, in the program?
I think 2.
This is it. So you got 2 electives. So from the marketing classes that are available, you're not going to be able to take all of them.
Okay, yeah. Which leads to the question of how often the coursework is revised. And can you please shed some light on the advisory board for the program?
Yes. Now, when it comes, I'm going to be absolutely straight, because I have a reputation for that in the school, of being too straight with my students and my answers. For the first question, we change the program on a continuous basis. I said that in the beginning of the presentation, in the beginning of the meeting. But it will also depend on the faculty member, on how often they will adjust the content of the class. So what you might see, for example, is that some classes are revised semester in, semester out, like my class. Another class might be revised once a year, but you're not going to have a situation in which the class has not been revised for the last few years. That is not going to happen. Okay? They are revised because we have committees. We have committees for the undergrad program. We have committees for the master's programs. And in those committees, we discuss the classes that comprise the program and the topics that must be in each class. So they are revised on a continuous basis. That's the answer. And I think it was one more question, Claire.
Oh, okay. So there are actually just two more questions, if that's okay, about the IBM collaboration. So is a real world case study project on the IBM collaboration page same as the capstone project?
Can you repeat the question, please? Is a case? Can you repeat the question, please?
Is a real-world case study project on the IBM collaboration page same as capstone project?
Oh, the collaboration that we have with IBM?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we do have an agreement to work with IBM. They provide software, etc. But I do not understand the question really well. So what is... okay, what I can say is if we have a case study with IBM, or if we have a class with case studies, we do have a communications intensive class, absolutely, with case studies and case analysis and presentations. And we do have plenty of classes with real projects. But I do not understand the question really. I mean, do we have a case study with IBM? Is that the question?
I think it was more of a question like, do we have any collaborations with IBM? For instance, do the graduate of this program get employed by IBM? Does IBM teach all the courses?
Okay. Yes, we do have a collaboration with IBM, of course, and we do have alumni who work at IBM, but IBM is not the, how can I say that? It's not the only employer. We have many other corporations which employ our students. Yep. So it's not that IBM will employ 30% of the class. That's not the case.
Okay.
Okay, I got a question from one of the students. I do not know the answer to that. I was the academic director of the program. So when it comes to money, believe it or not, I do not know what's happening. Maybe Daniel would like to contribute to that. I don't know.
I don't have an actual percentage in front of me as far as international students who received funding. However, I can tell you that once you have applied to the program and have been accepted, your application is automatically considered for financial aid. So there is no additional step in the process for you to do in order to be considered. It's automatic. It is scholarships are granted on a academic basis. So it's generally the top 10% of our applicant pool who receive money.
I need to say something on that, please, to the students, to the potential applicants over here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me please say this. As you can see, I have an accent. I live in the States for the last quarter of a century, and I still have an accent. I was in your own position before I came to the States. And back then, I was the valedictorian of my class in college. And what happened is I wanted to, because I'm from Europe, I wanted to apply to a European university because, you know, I was a European citizen. I could go to England, to France, to Germany, to Italy to study. And one of my professors said, you know what, why don't you apply to the States? And I said, it's very expensive. There's no way. And he said, apply, and you never know, you might get a scholarship. And that's exactly what happened. So do not let the financial factor affect your application. That's my advice to you. You never know. We're talking about the States here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There are many opportunities that, you just gotta try sometimes. You will never know until you try.
Do you have the qualifications? Apply. If you have the qualifications, if you're strong students, if you have the GPA, then I think Daniel, I'm not sure if do we waive the GRE test for the applications or not?
So this year, because of the pandemic and how difficult it has been for many students to sit for exams, yes, the GRE and GMAT are waived for all applicants for the 2021 application cycle. So yeah, so that's not, you don't have to worry about that at all. For international students, the TOEFL or IELTS, the language exam is still required. However, we do accept the online results of those exams, and we also are now accepting Duolingo to fulfill the language requirement.
Interesting.
So, so if you have the GPA, the work experience, a nice project to show, by all means, apply.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I think I got a question that I think is very good here. So what aspects of the program is the university currently trying to improve right now, and how?
For the BSAM program, this question, okay, this is an ongoing question. It's not something that we have going on right now. It goes on a continuous basis. We have a committee for that. The program, we adjust the program to the situation in the market. We adjust the program according to the feedback we're getting from our alumni, our former students, the advisory board, the faculty research, the faculty projects, because we work with corporations outside the university, and the program is being adjusted on a continuous basis. And right now, for example, we pay a lot of attention to machine learning, big data, cloud-based applications, etc., because that's coming up in, those are technologies that we must have in the future. Okay.
Okay. So here is a question about, so who are the other popular professors in this program other than you?
I'm not the popular professor. I mean, we have excellent faculty in the program, and I have to say we have some of the best faculty in the university in this particular program. People with energy, people with market knowledge, people with technology knowledge, people who are doing amazing research, all of them. I cannot distinguish anybody now that I'm thinking about them. All of them, they have their amazing qualifications.
Yes. A lot of my professors, they are very responsible, and they are very responsive when you ask them a question. So like I really can't pick out a favorite professor, other than Pindaro. So I would say like it depends on how you define popular as well. But I think all of my professors, I really like them. Okay. Here's a question, and I think I can answer. Can international students ask for loans to study? I personally don't think the school can offer you a loan. Oftentimes, you have to go through those financial institutions. What is it called? There are two I know that offers loans to international students. I will send my email in the chat box, and feel free to email me later on, and I will tell you what those two institutions are. So yes, potentially, yes, but not through the school directly. Does it answer your question? And also here's a question about how diverse is your student body. Dan, could you answer that, maybe?
Sure. I mean, actually, Pindaro may have a better idea historically about the diversity of the student body, but for the most part, the majority of BSAN students are coming from China, from India, and the US. But we have a number of other countries that are often represented in that mix, from the Middle East, from South America, and yeah, Pindaro.
It's a quite, no, you're correct, absolutely correct, Daniel. That's exactly what's happening with the program. It's a very diverse program. Yes, the top, let us say, most of the international students are Chinese students, but we have students from around the globe. But it is the way you said it, Daniel. Yes, it is a diverse program. You're not going to feel like a minority in the program. You're not going to feel isolated in the program. It's a very diverse program, and some of the professors, like me, are former international students who came to the States to study. So you're going to feel home. But, oh yes, I've had a comment from my own experience as an international student who came to the States 25 years ago. Do not let money stop you, even if you need to take a loan. And I'm saying that with all the responsibility that goes with that, because I've had to take take some debt to finish my studies, and then I paid it off without, I mean, it's up without even realizing how I paid it off. Do not let money stop you from applying. I'm going to repeat that one more time.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Claire. I just on that note, just to piggyback on that, the return on investment. I think the average starting salary for our graduates is somewhere upwards of $80,000 US, which is a phenomenal starting salary, and you know, and that will only grow as you become more advanced in your career. So the ability to pay off loans after you graduate is there and can be done relatively quickly given your field of study. That is not true for all graduate programs, but for STEM programs, for this program in particular, it is. Yeah. There was another question here about networking opportunities that RPI offers. I know a few of them, you know, in that the Career Center will help arrange job fairs and opportunities for you to meet prospective employers. But I think this also happens within the department as well. Is that right, Pindaro? Oh, you're on mute.
The opportunities for networking are limitless. They'll be limited by your time only. And I've seen a question from another student, Mr. Yajima, that this program is one of the oldest in the country. It started if I'm not wrong, in 2013, 8 years ago. So it's a well-established program.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, I think one of the really fascinating things about this program is that it is constantly evolving and based on the needs of employers, based on the changing market, and how the uses of data science are changing over time and becoming more and more important. Yeah, there were some great questions here, and I hope we got to all of them. If anyone has any more or wants to turn on their camera or microphone and chat with us directly about their specific questions, we'd love for you to do that. If you would rather email, I think all of us would be available to answer some of your questions via email. So we'll put those in the chat box so that you can reach out to us at a later time if you think of something else new. I think Claire has already put hers there. Pindaro, maybe you could add yours as well. And
yeah, and since right now I'm in the program and I live in Troy, so if you have any questions, just not related to the program or the school itself, just kind of wondering what it's like living in Troy or in the States, feel free to email me. I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us know if you have any questions. I mean, this time is yours. It's a great opportunity to talk about anything you want about the program, about the location, about Troy, about the States, I mean, you got us all here. The university is very organized. We have a nice campus. We have housing around campus. So don't, because I've done it myself, don't worry about the unknown. We have people there for you who will, guide you to get you settled. The only thing you need to worry about is the long flight. If it is a long flight from where you're coming from, that's it.
Yeah, it was an extremely long flight for me. It was, something you just gotta get through.
Any specifics? Anything else? Oh, yes. I'm sorry, but I need to mention this. Some people say that, now with the current political situation in the States, you might have more difficulty getting visas and stuff like that. Guys, if you are determined to study what you like, nothing will stop you, okay? Do the paperwork. You're going to go to the embassy like everybody else, like the students that we have right now. You're going to get your visa, and we'll be happy to the university. It's got its own department to help in the process.
Yeah, just on that note, just want to add a little bit. So of course there are always uncertainties around us, and if you want some sort of guarantees, there is, no way. It just how the world is. And as I said before, you will never know until you try, and especially when it comes to, whether you should take a loan, whether the return on investment is worth it. It's really, you just gotta really think everything through, and just do it, really. Like, I'm an international student. Like, I know exactly what our concerns are. I'm just as concerned as you are. And a lot of things are out of your control, so there is nothing can do about it but to, constantly make effort, constantly trying to make the best out of the situation. So
I would like to share my experience as an international student again. Now, of course, after all this time, I'm an American citizen. I live in the States forever. I would like to say to you, pursue your dreams. If you really like analytics, if you really like working in a company, and as an analytics person, at some point, you're going to become a C-level executive. That is a CEO, CTO, CFO, whatever the case is in your area, because you know the company, you know the numbers, you know the information, so they will want you to become a VP. Okay, not only a C-level executive, but very soon you're going to become a VP, a vice president in a corporation. They need you. So whether you like it or not, they're going to put you there. So do not let any temporary hesitation stop you from coming over here. Yes, and I'm going to give you an example. When I got done with the undergrad education, I had a job right away, and still I wanted to go to the States or England to study analytics, to study information systems. And they said, what's the point of going out for a master's degree? I said, I like it. I want to do more. And they said, you got a job. You got an amazing job. Guys, I left my job to go to the States for the master's degree. And they told me from my job, okay, we'll wait for you for a couple of years. I went out for an MBA. Back then, with the concentration in technology, that's why I'm still in technology. And they said, what's the point of going out for 2 years, spending all that money? And thank God I did it. I do not regret it for a second. Thank God I went on to the next level, because that master's degree opened up many new doors and opportunities for me. It's not only a matter of a job, it's what you would like to do in life. If you only want to have a job, yes, there is a solution. If you're going to be in an exciting environment, working environment, yes, by all means, pursue it. I'm giving you my experience. Okay? This is not some theory that we're talking about.
Excellent. This has been so fascinating. And, you know, even though I work for Lally, I have learned so much about the program, and I really appreciate both of you, both Pindaro and Claire, for being here and sharing your thoughts and your experience. It's been helpful for me. I hope it has been helpful for our participants today, and I believe it would be. Like we said earlier, if you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions. And we hope to see you on campus soon, whether, you know, this coming semester or in the fall. That would be great. Yeah, and if there are no final questions or thoughts that anyone wants to share before we break, maybe we we call it for the day.
Okay, guys. Good luck to all of you. If you have any questions, reach out. Do not hesitate to do that. It was a pleasure talking to you, real pleasure. And we'll be here if you have any more questions. Hey, guys. Okay.
Excellent.
Any questions? Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.